Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that you could be with us today. Alongside, I've got Jan from the Save Money and More with Jan channel. Hey, Jan.
Hey, Steve. Hey, everybody.
So, this has been, we're going to go completely off topic, but this has been a very, I don't know, you could say surprising, sad month with all of these people that we've all come to know and love that have passed away, you know?
Yes,
So,
Steve. What a week, Steve. Lots of the classics that were such a part of our daily life. I mean, going way back originally to the first one, there were a couple people earlier this month, but uh, notably speaking, like for example, over a week ago, I believe, or about a week ago, we started off with Connie Francis. I mean, a great part of American music.
right.
I had the pleasure of seeing her once in a local festival. She was on a float waving at the folks, and I was giving a big wave, and she was absolutely beautiful. And this was only about 10 to 11 years ago, Steve. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. The music was great, very iconic music, and just a staple. And that's one example. But we were
Mhm.
hit hard with so many others in such a short period of time. And I think it's really nice of you, Steve, to have this little bit of a time in tribute to these people who have given us such great art and entertainment all these years. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, well, in the case of Connie Francis, when my dad first went in the military, I mean, eons ago, when he went, because he was in Kingsville, Texas, and then he got stationed to Okinawa in around May of 58 until November of 59. And from what he told me, he actually saw Connie Francis in concert over there.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
um, so I will say that Connie Francis music, in my respect, is definitely high, like high priority because my mom was also a big fan. Well, my parents was of that era of the 1950s, 60s ish, you could say, era of the music. And
Yes.
you know, and I just her music is really great. I mean, I even from time to time I will still listen to her music today. I've got it, on about two or three different playlists. But yeah, she passed away, and then what, a couple days back or 3 days back or whatever it was, Ozzy Osbourne, that was a complete and
Wow.
total shock. Now,
Yeah.
my Ozzy Osbourne time frame with him would be him as a solo artist. But we all know that, Ozzy Osbourne originated with Black Sabbath. That's
Right?
where that's where he started, way back in maybe the latter 60s, early 70s, and all, a good part of the 70s. I think of Black Sabbath, and then I guess eventually they disbanded, and that's when Ozzy decided to, go his own way. But he was one, um, in the music world. I believe let me see if I've got this right. There's another one. There's a guitarist, I want to say, from the music group Metallica,
Hmm.
also passed. He passed away this year.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So that's three that's in the music world, and then you've got an actor named Michael Madsen. His sister Virginia, she's also an actress as well, and then they were both great. And then, of course, just recently, this came as a complete and utter shock to me. Um, Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show, Malcolm Jamal Warner. That
Yeah.
was a complete and utter shock to me, only because, and I've got a little bit of a story of my own to share along with what happened to Malcolm, well, on June 21st, 1988, I was about 13, headed toward 14 and a few months later. And me, my mom, my dad, we went to the beach, first day of summer. And this is what I blame myself, but maybe I shouldn't because I was a kid. But I didn't listen. My dad kept telling me, be careful, don't do this, don't do that. I didn't listen. So I got caught in a riptide, just like Malcolm did.
Oh my goodness
And
gracious.
I got pulled out into the water. I mean,
Oh,
very, very dangerous, you know, water. And I didn't know what to do. I was scared to death, panicking somewhat. The only thing I knew to do, something I had learned in school or something I was told, swim parallel.
right.
So I started doing that. Luckily, not only did I swim parallel, but I swam at a little bit at an angle towards the beach.
Very
So
smart
eventually,
thinking.
yeah, I just I didn't know what to do. It's just something that popped in my head. So I started swimming slightly, parallel a little bit to the right, a little bit at an angle toward the beach. And eventually I kept swimming, kept swimming, kept swimming, kept swimming, and I would stop, feel, kept swimming, kept stop, feel, in case I started to feel the ground of the bottom of the ocean. Eventually I did, and then
Yeah.
I got out of the water. And then
Thanks
my
God.
mom was, thank God, then my mom was next. Praise the Lord on that. My dad,
Wow.
thank my dad was a little bit, we could have lost him, but luckily a family from Tennessee, not really all that far from where he lived, a man went in the water. Luckily, he had a life buoy on him and threw it in and handed it to my dad. My dad grabbed it and was
Wow.
helpful to pull him in. But needless to say, I know what Malcolm went through. I know he saved his 8-year-old daughter. She's still here. I guess he thought, save her if you're going to take me instead of her. Um, but the thing of it is Malcolm wasn't really all that. He wasn't much older than me. He was
No.
only, I mean, he was born. I was born in '74. He was born in '70. And in fact, his birthday is about to come up in the on the
Uh,
18th of August. So he just barely missed his 55th. But I don't look at the beach anymore the same way. And then my dad and I and my
yeah.
mom, it was 5 years before we went back to the beach. And it was about May of '93. The furthest I would go in the water was my knees. I wouldn't go past that.
That's wise.
And ever since that 1993 visit, I don't even go in the water anymore. I'll go to look, I'll walk
Yeah.
the beach, I'll sit on the beach, but I will not go in the water. Forget it. And not only that, with all these shark sightings, um, no, thank you. I'll pass.
Right. Wow. What a story, Steve. I'm so glad all of you came out of it okay. Great life lesson there. And we really have to, what's the word? Respect the forces that are larger than us, meaning
Yeah.
nature. We're
Yep.
bigger than, no, the ocean is bigger than us. We're not bigger than the ocean. So,
No.
and these are very important lessons learned. I'm glad you're okay. Very, very sad and regarding Malcolm Jamal Warner's passing. And there was a very helpful surfer that helped the daughter get to safety, from what I heard on the
Yeah.
news. But unfortunately, and I also understand that somebody, I don't know if it was the same person or someone else, performed 45 minutes CPR on Malcolm, and it was too late. But like
Yeah.
you said, I would imagine in my heart of hearts that Malcolm would want his 8-year-old to keep being here and not the other way around. So there's something to
Right.
be said about that. There was unfortunately another passing of recent this week. How could we
Hulk
forget?
Hogan.
Yeah, yeah. How could we forget? Such an icon of
Yeah.
the '80s, and he paved the way for a lot of people. What an amazing man and super dedicated patriot to this country, which is amazing and wonderful.
Hmm.
And just an all around, I think we're all feeling so lost, somewhat of a loss, like this, just this, I don't know, like a lot taken out of us because they were such a
Yeah.
part of our, right? Oh my word. And you told me about another gentleman, a musician, Chuck, right?
Right
Yesterday?
now, yeah, Hulk Hogan. I mean, I
Yeah,
want to tap on that. That right,
sure.
you mentioned the '80s. Now, Hulk Hogan, that was my generation. That was my childhood because I
Yes.
remember him. I'll never forget that scene in the movie Rocky 3 where he's
Yeah.
standing there and Sylvester's looking up at him.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone. I'll never forget that scene. And but yeah, Hulk Hogan. See, my mom. I'll tell you how I got into wrestling. My mom was a big fan of wrestling. I
Yeah.
mean, I went and saw wrestling when we first moved here where I'm at, and I remember seeing Hulk Hogan fight in real time. And
Wow.
I remember my mom saying back in the early '70s, she went when they lived in Washington, D.C., and a wrestler. Now I'm really going back into time. A man named Pedro Morales kissed
Mm-hmm.
my mom. He kissed my
Oh,
mom.
wow. Oh,
Yeah, um, so
nice.
the lineage of wrestling sport in my house was very high due to my mom. So it was on whenever it would come on, so I would watch it. But right, the other musician that failed or passed away was let me get this right, the guitarist for Metallica, if I remember right. Yeah,
Right.
so um, not
And
good.
not good. And of course, Chuck Mangione.
Right. Yeah, everybody, if you're familiar with his music, he had a few hits, but the one that he did that was real popular, like late summer, early fall '78, called It Feels So Good.
Right. Right.
That's
And
real.
we're not talking about a big, large time span in between all of these passings. No, no, no,
No.
no, no. We're talking about within days, and we're hearing this, and then we're hearing that, and then we're hearing this, and then we're hearing that. And I was speaking to another friend of mine, mutual friend, recently, and Steve, it just serves as a reminder that life is so fleeting. Even if you live to 100, it's still not enough time. Life is so fleeting and it is relatively short. This is why I'm big on reminding everyone we really have to eliminate the nonsense from our lives, the silliness, ridiculousness, enjoy our lives, just have fun. Life is too short to walk around with grudges all the time. Do something fun with our families. Make wonderful memories. Not not just the bad stuff. We focus so much listening to the bad news on the radio or TV. No, no, just make really good memories with your family. Focus on what's really important. What do you think about that, Steve?
Yes, I hope you can still hear me. Yes, I am in full agreement with
Yes,
that. Um,
yes.
you know, but anyway, I just have to say this was a good topic. I'm glad we brought it up. Again, Jan, I appreciate and thank you for being here. You
Oh, thank
know,
you for having me.
absolutely. And if you guys would really do me one big favor, my contribution, my work, my donations, if you would like to donate an Amazon gift card, there's no amount too little or too big. I do like to be shown recognition for my work because, it's not as easy as many think it is. You think you can, oh, it's not all that hard, bada bing, but no, there's a little bit more involved into putting a video together and sometimes it can take a few days to put it together. But if you like my content, definitely consider, if you'd like to donate an Amazon gift card, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you like my content, please like and subscribe. That's also greatly appreciated. Well, anyway, I hope all of you have a great whatever time of day it is. and I or we will see you back here next time. Bye.
Bye bye.